was speaking to a neuroscientist. Well, he's a theoreticist. He's a theoretical physicist and a neuroscientist. And he was telling me how, like, the mind has a natural inclination to attach to a strong contrast. And we got into the algorithms and big tech and talking about how, the Eye of Sauron is a great symbol of big tech, in my opinion. But we were talking about how, of course, the algorithms that are written and the news articles that are printed, it's all a contrast for distraction, for attention, for clicks. We've monetized that literally, and they make trillions off of it, So of course they're gonna use the outlier. They're gonna use the most flamboyant representative, whether he's the tattooed dude, or I mean, like, you see it over and over and over, and it's all a distraction, and it's all to create division,
So what is the one thing we can do to break being distracted? We can breathe and refocus our attention on what our dream is, what we're creating in the world, what conversation we're leading. I mean, I have to be very cautious of the phone. I really do. Like, I have to be cautious of how much I go on that phone, because there have been times where, because people write nasty messages to me all the time, and they'll be like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're not a doctor. You're not this. And I'm like, you're right, but I am sovereign in my decision-making faculty. You don't have to believe me. Right. But obviously what I'm saying triggers you so much that it's challenging your belief. I'm not here to say that people should or should not get vaccines. All I want is the choice to choose. So you take away my choice to choose anything, and that's really the cancer that we're experiencing now as a society. It goes back to every single thing we've talked about.
Yeah.
Right? Because, like, letting people be who they are, choosing to have your own healing path, choosing to let people express themselves in a way they want to, choosing to do the work that's needed for the world, where you and I can have a conversation that maybe ruffles some feathers, but at the end of it, it's all good because we're just expressing. This camp of right and wrong is insane.
It is.
The camp of right and wrong is insanity.
And it's so and it's it's been given massive amounts of steroids and fucking, like, the energy that has been put into dividing and creating camps over the last year and a half is, I couldn't imagine that it was possible 2 years ago, that this could have become such a thing. I mean, like, I talk to people who they're very sensitive to racial issues. They consider themselves progressive. I mean, I'm people who I have admiration for, and I respect. They're artists, and they're, like, outspokenly pro-choice, and I'm talking to them, and they're cheering this mandate on that they've passed down in this city, which is fucking literally insane that they're going to mandate this. And I won't even get into all the reasons why it's insane, but I'm just talking to them, and I'm like, for a person who's pro-choice, for a person who's uttered the words, my body, my choice, to be cheering on a mandated vaccine is the definition of effective propaganda. It's not a failure in ethics or morals. It's just a testament to how fucking easily people are duped and propagandized into thinking outside of any logic imaginable. And of course, I got crickets. But I mean, it's literally insane. How do you get to a point where you can say that you're pro-choice, my body, my choice, and then say you have to stick a fucking needle in you? I mean, that, in my mind, that's very similar to rape. And look, you can say that, my wife heard me say this, and she was like, you can't say that. I was like, oh, bullshit, I can fucking say it. We're talking about penetrating, are we not? Sure. I was like, there's a very straight metaphor between, a violation as severe as rape, and then mandating this in needle that is going to pierce the skin. There's they're the same wavelength to me.
When we hold our breath, when we're in a state of trauma, when we're in a state of shock, when we're in a state of fear specifically, like, imagine this phone just constantly bleeding us, be afraid, be afraid, be afraid, stay in your home, wear a mask, do what you're told, stick a needle in your arm, do what we say, we know what's best for you. over the course of time, that's how any kind of movement, whether it's Nazi Germany, whether it's anywhere, can impregnate a seed of evil inside of people's mind. And that seed of evil is just fear. So that's what's going on. So segregation is a byproduct of our amygdala being hijacked, of us being in a state of fear. And then the third thing is apathy. Third thing is apathy.
Yeah.
Some people, it's so intense and it's so just viscerally alarming to their nervous system that they literally just turn their head. 90% of people, I read this recently, 90% of people that went through the Holocaust era, 90% of people did not believe what was going on was okay.
No.
90%. So the 10% of people that actually believed it was okay, they were seriously traumatized that it was okay to kill Jewish people. Like just terrible. So why didn't those 90% overwhelm the 10%? It's because they fell prey to one of the lowest human emotions. If you look at the Hawkins scale,
Fear.
Apathy is at a frequency of 50.
Yeah.
Above apathy is grief. Above grief is fear. You don't get to anything good until about 200 on courage.
Right.
Apathy is a vibration of 50. So segregation, which is a byproduct of our default mode network being hijacked, which is then also part and parcel to apathy. So we have apathy, we have a hijack of the amygdala, and we have segregation. That's what's going on right now. And it's playing out in theater. It's playing out in a theater in the grand scale.
Yeah.
And so how people can't see this is atrociously mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And the reason I get passionate about it is because it really bothers me, but also all I can do is just speak my truth about it. I can't grill people as to why they should listen to me.
Right.
All I can do is just share what I believe, speak when I need to speak, share when I need to share. But the rest of it, the chips are going to fall where they may.
Yeah.
But we have to come together to not beat this. That's the wrong narrative. It's like this is only a war because the media is being dingled.
That's right.
And
That's
they're
right.
separating us. That's the only reason it's a war. It's not really a war. It's actually a fictitious war. We can all literally go like this. No.
Yeah.
We can just say no right now, just like Neo did in The Matrix, where he just finally had enough, and he was killed, and he came back from the dead, and he put his hand up to the bullets, and the bullets fell.
Dude.
Not because he was trying to fight Agent Smith anymore, but because that was just enough. Like enough was enough in his heart. He didn't need to fight a war about it. He just believed enough is enough. So enough is enough for segregation, for default mode network being taken over,
Right.
and for apathy to be touted as normal.